Hello, I'm Helen, Dr. Helen Holton, founder and CEO. I am so happy to have you here with me today. I really am. I love being here. I love doing this. And what I do is so much about who you are and who I've learned to become in this process of learning, growing, and focusing on what I do best is helping people like you, leaders, women around the world, come into your own to be the best of who you are. Thank you for showing up today. I'm glad you're here. Helen Holton, Dr. Helen Holton. Yes, I need to really own that. I know the show is called that, but I've had some really hard thinking going on since our last show. I'm a strengths, resilience, and leadership coach who guides leaders like you to grab hold of your greatness. How does it happen? Well, together we learn how to leverage your strengths, understand your weaknesses, build resilience through an innovative system with proven results to increase your performance, your productivity, and your prosperity potential. Yes, 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 that is important. I don't ever want us to lose sight of that because anything you do it with an intention to be more of who you are, to grow, to prosper. Prosperity isn't always about your bank account. It's about your life account. I touched on a little bit at our last show about Gallup's net thriving formula that they've come up with. And it's really a pretty good formula. We'll spend some more time on it later on. Excuse me. But I need to focus today on what's been bubbling up for me. So as your show host, guide, coach, mentor, connector, we'll talk about ways that you can maximize and optimize your leadership. And even as I say that, I'm thinking about what it's been like for me this month of January. You know, January is always kind of like that reboot of a new year. You get a chance to set the tone, the direction you want it to go in, to formalize, crystallize your dreams, to tweak them, to even maybe realize they need more than a tweak. Maybe I just need to throw them out and start all over again. And that is an option. You can really do whatever it is you want to do for your life because it's about you. I'm going to ask this question. I heard this question more than a decade ago, and what an impact it's had on my life. Do you get the chance to do what you do best every day? Does life afford you the opportunity to do what you love doing? Be gainfully employed in it, make a difference in the lives of other people and yourself and your family? Yeah. So when I think about that question, for the most part, yeah, I do. And being here with you like this is just affirmation that I've put in the work. I got the battle scars to prove it, the wounds, the embarrassments, the mishaps, all of that. But there's a way of thinking about life that how can you ever appreciate the sunshine if you never experience the rain? And I mean, not just the little sprinkle, the downpour, the one where even with the umbrella, there's no way you're not going to get wet, the soakers. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about the big, heavy storms of climate change and all of that. But metaphorically, you get what I'm saying. I'm a firm believer in God, the leader of and guide of my life. And I oftentimes think about reading God's word, what it means to be in this space as a leader. And I will tell you, I am a big fan of John Maxwell. And one of the reasons I'm a fan of John Maxwell is because he was the first person that I saw successfully blend business, corporate, with faith and a love of God. And the more I listen to him, I probably have more books by John Maxwell than anyone else because he's just a phenomenal leader. And leadership isn't relegated to men or women, it's for people. That there's a leader within each and every one of us. And how we come to tap into that leader says a lot about our level of fulfillment, happiness, joy, give back to life. So do I get to do what I do best, the best of who I am every day? For the most part, I do. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And there's something about being in that space that is so affirming. Now, it doesn't mean I don't have fears. It doesn't mean, I choke at moments when I should just be going forward. I've learned in this life, if you aren't willing to go after those things that you want, that mean a lot to you, that fall within the realm of what I would say your calling, your purpose in life, then what are you doing? What are you doing? So we've got today's the 25th. Okay, so we've got 6 days left in this week. Yeah. 7, full week if you count. Yeah, we've got 7 days left. Wow, 7, what a magical number. And not just in the casino, but it is a very powerful number, 7 days of the week. A righteous man falls 7 times and gets back up again. Or I should say a righteous woman. How about that? But I love what I do. And I want that for you. That's why I keep showing up. And if anything that I say will inspire, motivate you, cause you to want to make changes in your life, then that means I fulfilled a part of my purpose for how it impacts you. We're all connected in this life. And so what I give to you, I hope that you're giving it to others. And take a moment. If you're really getting value out of this show, share it with your friends. Don't keep it all to yourself. There's plenty to go around, I promise. My primary purpose for doing this is a way to pay it forward, to give back for all that I've been given. Now, I'm not a millionaire. I'm hoping to be one. I'm working towards it, yes, but that's not my reality today. Today, I know that I have gifts to share with the world. And Win-Win Women gives me a platform with which to do that. Different from when I was an elected official. Yes, I had what would you say, a bully pulpit. I had a forum. I had an outlet to speak, not for me on my behalf, but on behalf of the people I represented. And you ever heard that saying, watch what you wish for because you just might get it? This is one of those moments where you just might get it, in that words have power. And we should be mindful of what we say and how we say it, because it has a way of coming back at us. I'm here today because I had a dream at the age of 15 of wanting to do what I have the chance to do today. Now, at the age of 15, there was no internet, there was no social media, there was only network TV. There wasn't, I don't even think there was really cable TV. It was just network TV. And look at where we are today. I'm here talking to you, having a conversation, pouring into you out of what's been poured into me. That's the kind of thing that makes life go round and round. You give, you get, and you give. And as John Maxwell would say, you always want to give more than what you get. Don't worry about, it's going to come back to you. You don't have to worry about it. Do it. It's the right thing to do. So I'm here to help you do that, to discover, develop, unpack your unique path to have more of what you really want for your life. Yeah. How often do you stop and really take time to think about that? As women, my experience has been that we have a tendency to always put others before ourselves. But here's an opportunity. I want you to put you in the front seat of the car. You don't even have to drive. Let someone else do the driving, because I want you to be focused on what you want for your life in this time that we have together. Fair enough? Now, I have to say, it's not a bed of roses always. It's not always going to be easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. It took me years of learning, failing, giving up, and starting over. Yes. And after our last show, I really sat with myself and thought about that and how I got here. Friends, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and it's not over yet. That's the best part. So here's the truth of it. If you stick with the simple steps that I'm going to share about my system, they'll lead you to live your best life ever on your terms. How do I know this? Because I've seen it happen. I've experienced and witnessed it with my clients and in my own life. I think that's like the real measure that I can say, I've seen my life be transformed. And I don't have a story of rags to riches, but we all have a story that's unique to us, unique to you, unique to me. And what I know is that through the hills and valleys of my life, I've always gotten up when I've fallen down or been knocked down or beat down, because, however you want to say it, depends upon the generation. The point is, no one can do anything more to you than what you allow them to do. That power lives within you. It's your greatness. Don't shy away from it. Welcome it. Embrace it. So, Dr. Helen Speaks comes to you every Tuesday. Me or a guest host or guest with me. We'll do some of all of that as time goes on. I'm working that out. But we'll be here every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific time and 1 p.m. Eastern time. Now, a funny little story. I was watching something the other day. I can't remember what it was. And it was coming to a close. I don't know if it was YouTube, smart TV, the internet, I don't know. But here's the point. When they gave the times that you could catch the show, they must have had like 6 different times, different time zones. And I said, hey, that's a novel idea. I may have to check that out. That might work for me. I'm geographically challenged, and that includes time zones. I give both time zones because I'm in Eastern time zone. And when you go to Win Win Women TV, all the times are in Pacific time. So it helps me, but it also helps to give me a perspective of what time of day it is for other people, which is why I love the recordings and you can always catch the rebroadcast. But the point being, 25 years ago, there was no World Wide Web. You would not have seen someone posting or sharing, oh, catch me in 6 different time zones all at the same time. Man, that's progress. That's power, and it's opportunity. All right, I digress. Let me get back to what we do here on the show. Each week, I'll share with you from the wisdom of lessons learned, books read, lived experiences, my own earned expertise that I've picked up over the years. And as recently as last week or this week, what's today? Tuesday. Yeah. So here's the thing. Life is a journey. And this is my opportunity to share that it might enhance and lift your day, your purpose, your calling, to get up and do more, to be inspired, motivated. Yes, to want something better or more than what you have. Now, if you have everything, and I don't know anybody that has everything, even the wealthiest people on the planet don't have everything because they succumb to the same fears, distractions, setbacks, disappointments that you and I do. Yeah. So once again, welcome to Strength, Resilience, and Leadership Journey. If you're here today, let me say for the record, thank you. I don't believe in coincidences. I know you're here for a purpose. I receive that, and I'm excited because not only does it affirm me, I hope it affirms you that you took time out of your day, whatever time that is, to tune in and say, let me do this for me. How often do we as women stop and put pause on life to say, let me do this for me? My challenge these last couple of years in a pandemic has been self-care. I've not done a great job of that, and I'm now really beginning to experience it in my body. What does that mean? There are choices. I can choose to say, oh, I'm just going to ignore that and let that go by the wayside. Or I can grab the bull by the horns and say, hey, you're not going to rob me of my life force, because that's what your health is. It is your life force. It is your portal for your body to move around the planet, to share those internal talents and nuggets of wisdom and opportunity and love and joy and peace, that we might truly learn to be the beloved community. I believe in the beloved community. I first heard that term through Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, I'm still reveling, January happens, his birthday was the 15th and then the national holiday. And I'm still kind of on the fence about the holiday. What do you do on a holiday that really should be revered as a time of reflection and an inquiry about, are you helping to develop and create a true sense of belonging? Because I have a secret for you. We all have a desire to belong. Yeah, we do. And so in the realm of everything that we do, don't lose sight of that. Let that be your North Star, that we really do need each other to survive. Yeah. So I begin each show, and we're halfway through, or a quarter of the way through. I begin each show with an attitude of gratitude for the many blessings that life gives. And I just can't do this without a big shout out to Paula Fellingham, who's the founder, visionary leader, and dream weaver of Win Win Women, a global multimedia network. Yeah, to connect 3.9 billion women on this planet to grow, learn, share, motivate, inspire, and succeed, all while building a community of our own. Last week, Monday, January 17th, we officially launched. And very soon you'll be able to catch my show on Roku TV. I'm a little nervous about it, not ready to pull the trigger yet. Don't ask me why. It's probably that inner critic of mine that keeps me sometimes from moving forward. Yeah, I have those same trepidations and hesitancies as the next person. You may not think I do, but I do. I really do. And being here with you helps me, and I hope it's helping you too, to come out of that shell, to knock that inner critic off your shoulder. Yeah, it's got a lot of power, but it only has power when you give it the power. Sometimes you have to learn to do a little self-talk, to grab hold of you. Yeah, grab hold of you. That's really important. What is the best way to make that happen? Engagement. Be engaged with what you do. Don't just give lip service to it. Don't just go through the motions of it. Get in it. Be about it. Really. I love metaphors. And when I think of engagement, I think of engagement as kind of like, in a tile bathroom or a tile kitchen counter. Yeah, you can have, yeah. And the stuff you don't notice so much that runs between the tiles, the grout, that's the official word for it. It helps to make all those things come together and be in position. That's what engagement does. It allows you to have a solid foundation. It allows you to go deeper. Engagement. Do you ever meet someone that you're really curious about, and you're out somewhere and you never approach them? You never think to reach out to them, to just affirm them, which is also a way of affirming you and taking a step beyond your comfort zone. I even have to learn to do a better job of that. Now, I've started doing it more on LinkedIn. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, please continue. What do you call it? DM me or follow me, or, the nomenclature sometimes gets me, the terminology. But you get it. Look me up on LinkedIn, Dr. Helen Holton. You'll find me. I'm there. But engagement is the glue, the clue, the magic that makes life happen bigger, bolder, better. Every time I've stepped out to do that, when I felt that hesitation not to, wow, the payoff was all mine. Well, and I hope it was theirs too. And you know what? I have to say beyond hope, because I've created some beautiful relationships by reaching out and not just waiting for someone to reach out to me. Be the one that makes other people feel comfortable in the room. You know that place where you're the only one in the room and you don't know anyone. Don't wait. Don't be the wallflower waiting for someone to come to you. Go to them. Look across the room and maybe you see one or two people together that you muster up what you've got, and you've got it because you're born with it. And go and introduce yourself. Engage, connect. They're people just like you and me. Do it. And unless you do it, you have no idea what you stand to gain as a result of it. That's a part of building your resilience, to be willing to step out of your comfort zone when you're in a relatively safe place, not in a crisis. That it doesn't necessarily help you build resilience. I keep studying it, and it's a lifelong study of mine. But you build resilience in peaceful times or neutral times of life. Not when you're stressed out, but when you are stressed out, if you're building your resilience, you've got some tools, tips, and tactics with which to calm it down. Get back to that Zen self. Mindfulness, that's a part of building resilience. Knowing how to recapture your presence out of anxiety. Winter's not my favorite time of year. With artificial hips and chronic pain that never leaves me, winter and cold weather doesn't work for me. So just so you know, I have used up my lifetime supply of winter weather. Now I still have to deal with it, but trust you me, I don't deal with it nearly as much as I used to. Thanks to technology, I don't have to, and I can still be as productive without doing it. But it does put a wrinkle. The days are darker. Now they're starting to get shorter, but it's just all this darkness and the cold and the winds and the snow and the ice. Yeah. It's a downer for me. but that's okay. It helps me to appreciate when the warm weather comes. Absolutely. So I have great news to share. Oh my goodness. I almost forgot. I just got news this morning. I am a lifelong learner. What does that mean? I'm always enrolling in something to learn how to develop more of who I really am. Yeah. And I've been enrolled in this program since, I don't know, maybe October. Well, I finally reached the end of the road, and I am now a credentialed, I completed the first level of certification as a team coach through GTCI, the Global Team Coaching Institute. Now, why did I do that? I've been coaching for more than a decade, and I do group coaching, team coaching, one-on-one coaching, duo coaching, whatever. I do all of that. I learned that there's a distinction between group coaching, team coaching, and co-coaching. Oh, I'm so excited. Lots of new tools and things to help others engage more, go deeper, become more of who they were truly meant to be. And by doing that, and you know what I mean with that is by learning to leverage your strengths, understand your weaknesses, and build resilience, you'll increase your performance, productivity, and prosperity potential for you, your team, or your organization, or your community, wherever you want to take it. Because you'll have the power to do so with confidence, conviction, and courage to take on the world. So I really want to talk about vision and mission today, but I thought it was important to just show up and really be present with you. And we did talk about some things that move in that direction. We'll go that way next week, I think, unless there's some news breaking, something that comes up. But that's a whole week away. I want to be focused on the present today with you. I want you to know that you make a difference in my life. I'm learning things that I've never really given a lot of focus and attention to. And I'm going to phrase it this way, because this is how my brain interprets it. Structured discipline. Structured discipline. And boy, am I learning a lot about it. But it takes that for me to show up and be present with you every week. And I'm excited about it. Lifelong learner, it presents itself in a myriad of ways. So let me tell you about a few things I'm working on. Pretty soon, probably mid-spring, I'll be launching the Strenzilience Academy Success System. Now, this is a system that I created in working with my clients using assessments, coaching, experiential experiences. Okay. But nonetheless, it's organizing and packaging the tools, tactics, and tips that I use with my clients every day. And to help you replicate that in the circles and the things that you do, whether it's for business, family, what have you. But the Strenzilience Academy Success System works, and it's time for me to put it to work. So stay tuned. My book will be coming out soon. And I'm going to have you really think about, do you have the chance to do what you do best every day? If yes, that's great. If no, then keep coming back. I'm going to help give you the reason to do that. I'm living my best life ever, and I want that for you too. So join Dr. Helen Speaks, Strengths, Resilience, and Leadership. I'll be here every Tuesday, or will be here every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Central time. Together, we'll work to help you live your best life ever, doing what you do best every day. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you next week. And until then, here's your call to action. Think about your vision and mission as you're going into 2022, the year of transition.